Well, like I said, folks, in the last video, I have no idea why I couldn't upload the full video. I guess it's a time restraint thing because I'm new. No idea. But anyway, let's jump back into it. This is part 2 of my Shaving Tips 101. You've got to use a blade. And now, so I'm using a Gillette razor. And by the way, none of this video is not sponsored by any of these people. This is just what I've come across in my time and experience. You've got to use a blade on your face. And the reason I say that is, for me personally, using a liner or any kind of metal product on your face is not a good idea. I don't care how sharp it is or any of those kinds of things. If you're taking proper care of your clippers, your liners and all those kinds of things, if you're taking proper care of them, what you're doing is you're coating them in oil to protect them. Every time you use it, you clean them all up and then you coat it with oil to protect it from rusting and those kinds of things, keep it clean. But that's not the same kind of oil that you want to put on your face. That's the kind of oil that protects metal. And so there's all kinds of chemicals and sort of those sorts of things in it. So once you put those things in your face, you've opened up your face. And if you're someone who exfoliates and those kinds of things, your pores are wide open. And so now you're using that oil on those blades and it's in your skin. Now it's getting into your pores. It's not a good look. It's not a good idea. So I personally would highly recommend a blade. Now the blades I use are double razors, they're multi-razors. It's not the 4, the 3, the 4, the 5, whatever. And in watching the videos from Larry the Barber, he said the same thing. You don't want to use multiple blade razors. He actually suggests using a single blade razor, especially if you're a black man. And his suggestion is that the more blades that go across your skin when you pass, is that it's going to knock your skin down. So if your skin is sticking out this far from your out of your skin and then you shave it down, what one blade will do is it'll shave it and make it parallel with your skin. But multiple blades will actually shave it so close it will actually shave lower than your skin, and so your hair is now cut beneath the skin. So if you're someone who has tight, curly, coily hair, now your hair has been cut underneath the skin, and so when it starts growing back up, it's actually curling under the skin, and now you've got the things such as razor bumps and coarse skin and the things that happen on a man's face. And this happens with anybody if you get an ingrown hair or anything like that. But it's very frequent if you're a black man because you have curly, tight hair. If it's cut beneath the skin and it starts to curl as it grows, it's growing underneath the skin, and that's what causes bumps in the skin, or that's one of the things that causes bumps in the skin. So I suggest using a razor on your face. If you don't know how to do it, you've got to take your time. First, like I told you, it took me an hour and a half because I was terrified of putting a blade on my throat. But I've seen many other videos as well. Even the Easy Razor place channel that I watched, they used the butterfly razor, a straight edge razor. I've always wanted to use one, but I've never. First of all, I can't afford it. But and I've never used one, so that's something I would like to use eventually as well. But by all means, go out and try it. Take your time, learn, find somebody who can teach you how to do it. You definitely want to use a razor blade. You want it to be clean. And sorry, I'll also say that the reason Larry said another reason why you don't want to use multiple blades is because if there's 2 blades, what happens is that in between the blades, as you're cutting, hair clogs it up, and you can actually, as you're shaving, you can actually like jam hair back into your pores because it's all clogged up, so you're running it across your neck. And so I thought that was a great tip as well. I don't have that problem with my dual multiple blade razor, but you know, if that's a thing that he's experienced, then you know, who am I to argue? I'm not a professional. He's literally called Larry the Barber. So now that you've gone through the process of preparing your face and you've used the right products, the right tools, you're using a razor blade and not electric clippers. That's my personal preference. The other thing is, what you want to know to do is when you're shaving, you need to know about the direction in which your hair grows. And so you only know this by experience. And so over the years, I've learned which way my hair grows, which goes down, which kind of goes like in this way or up that way or whatever. And so like, the more that you do this, the more you practice this kind of shaving, you will begin to understand which way your hair is growing. The reason that's important is because what I will do is you got to go with the grain. So in my case, my hair is growing down my face, and so when I go on my cheeks, you want to shave down. You don't want to first start going up. Doesn't matter how sharp your razor blades are, that's going to pull hair and that's going to irritate your skin. What you want to do is you want to go with the grain, not against the grain. You don't want to shave up. So my hair grow on my cheeks grows down. So the first pass you want to do on your cheeks when I was shaving, when I had a lineup, is go down. On my neck personally, it grows in multiple directions, and so it's only a matter of practice and experience when you figure out how under your jaw does, on your neck, on your throat, which direction those all go. So generally what I'll do is when I shave, I find that my hair grows up, and it's an easier process shaving up first on my neck. And so I'll shave that up. I'll shave up the direction of up, sorry. And then once I'm done those areas, what I like to do is go over a second pass. And because I'm using a quality product, my skin is still lubricated, but if by all means, if necessary, you might have to re-lubricate. And so then what I'll do is now when I start doing the finer shave, I'm going against the grain. But because my hair is shaved and low, it doesn't pull, and it doesn't, especially if you're using a sharp razor blade, you've got to use sharp blades. I use my blades maybe 3 or 4 times before I switch them out. They're expensive, I understand, but you know, that's something I'm willing to spend money on. The other thing you want to talk about is after the shave. And so once you've shaved, once you've gone through the process of preparing your skin, shaving and all of this stuff, it's the aftercare. And so once you've finished shaving, your pores are still wide open. And so what you want to do is you want to get something in there to help keep your skin healthy and lubricated, hydrated, and all of those good things. And so obviously when you're a kid, like I said earlier in that Home Alone clip, all you've learned about is aftershave. And that's, you know, you get that when you're young, when I was young anyway, you know, there's Old Spice lying around, you know, whatever the multiple other products out there, and it's a liquid, it's alcohol based, and you rub it in your hands and you slap it on your face and you scream because you've got nicks and cuts, you've got wide open pores and whatever, and it's alcohol that's burning your skin. You don't want to do that. This is something that I've learned over the past few years, is that you don't want to use alcohol based aftershave. You know, I don't even want to say aftershave lotion. It's just aftershave. It's a liquid. You don't want to do that, especially if it's alcohol based. What you want to do, and what I've started to experiment, is with balms or even aftershave lotions that you want to look into. And there's numerous products and things like that as well. But like I said, I'm someone who's like, I don't like to mix my products. And so when I started using the Nivea stuff, I also started using the sensitive skin cooling aftershave balm. And again, there's no drying alcohols, nothing like that in this. And so what you want to do is you want to use a balm. It's a cooling, it's not like it's splashing alcohol on and burning. It's actually cooling and soothing your skin. And so because your pores are open, it's going to help to relieve any kind of irritation or when you know, razor burn and things like that. So you want to use a balm. You don't want to use an aftershave with alcohol based. Once I shave, I go into the shower, so now your face is still open, your pores are still open. Once I come out is when I apply the balm. I don't apply the balm before I go into the shower. Again, you want something with oils in it and all those kind of good products. And then the last thing I'll mention too is about the beard, and what I've started to experiment with now is care for my beard and creating my own beard oil. Beard oil is expensive in the stores. If you've ever tried to buy it, so now I started doing my own stuff. And so coconut oil as the base and essential oil. In this case, I'm using orange sweet oil right now. And there's a whole recipe online where you learn how to mix it together. It's really, really easy to do. You mix it up in a container and then you apply it in, you rub it into your beard, and your beard is soft, your skin is taken care of. And so, you know, this is something I've started to look into as well, and I'm excited to learn more about that kind of stuff as well. You know, these are just my experience, what I've learned how to do over the years, and I hope it helps you guys as well. And again, if there's any questions or anything that I might have skipped or forgotten, please feel free to comment, and I'll do my best. Maybe one day we'll actually show myself shaving. So again, preparation is key. You right products, proper tools. And if you don't have access to these things at any particular point, Larry the barber is right. I would suggest, as he does, that maybe that particular time is not the time to shave. Just wait until you have access to your proper products and to your proper tools and equipment. Your face will thank you for it.